Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi and hello to all my lovelies, my beauties, my royalty. How are you doing? Let's get out that hot, boiling, steaming, scorching hot tea. If you like it cold, just hold the ice. We know why we hold in that ice. Okay, so this is going to be a few days later, but just know that I did record this the Saturday after the absolutely awful news that we started like not we, but we as a country, because our leader decided not to do it the like congressional way, or he didn't follow the rules and he didn't get the approval from Congress first, and just decided, let's start the war. The same man who wanted the Nobel Peace Prize, and he kept saying that the panel was like basically having the orange man derangement syndrome, or they weren't thinking right, or they just don't like him, and all of this blah blah blah, and then and blaming Greenland and stuff. And it's just like, are you serious? Are you serious? Really? And then even one of the lady who won one of the Nobel Peace Prizes and stuff, she gave it to him after like he kidnapped one of the, it's like, because she wanted like power something else, and the desperation for power and the desperation for like people to fawn and love and adore, like, because I've told you several times that in some religions there's like 50 types of love. And I've been doing more research on it, and then even looking up different lists of different types of love. And this is not even, this is, because we have to remember this, we are a country, we are under this guy who made this decision, and he wanted the Nobel Peace Prize, and he kept bragging how many wars he stopped. What about the war that you started? What about the money that you've given to other leaders to help them continue wars, and or helped the side that's not all that? Because yeah, what about Ukraine? How's Ukraine doing? Before you started that one, he was like, I mean, you should have done it the right way. But have you checked on Ukraine? Have we checked to see how they're doing and things? How's your Russian buddy doing? Yeah, how are those yeah, how are those Epstein files doing? Because I've been reading them, but I mean, I see other people who are digging deep, and and there are some episodes where I might, especially, I've already told you guys about some of the things that I've been through with men, and like not even just like, some were just first or second dates or whatever, or some were, we were kind of dating but we weren't serious. I thought we were going to try to figure it out, but then I was like, "Ooh, we about to abort this mission, jump off this ship. Heck no, But we are under this. Uh, it's like, sorry, it's like, when I said we are under, I kind of thought of Stormy Daniels, and I'm like, that poor girl, that poor woman. Oh, ugh, the nightmares. I'm sorry, that was just a really bad ew. Because then also thinking about South Park and stuff, I'm like, oh my, I'm just like, oh my gosh, she really did that. She really did that. Really, like, I mean, she got paid at least, but yeah, she really did that. Okay. Anyway, he really wants this prize. And oh yeah, don't forget, like, check out my Patreon, because I've got so many receipts about some of the sexism, ableism, racism, and just the hatred that goes with being a black woman with a disability, with the dating nightmares, but also like seeing different posts on different social medias of people being racist, awful, terrible, racist bigots and things like that and stuff. So some are bigots, some are racist. If you don't know the difference, look it up, because there's a difference. So yeah, I'm finding out a lot of people don't really understand that there's a difference with racism and bigotry. Yeah, that's troublesome. But then I also have been reading articles about how we are literally getting dumber. There are studies that are showing how we're getting dumber. And I think that's hilarious, because my ex, Mr. No Heart's oldest daughter, it's like she would brag and say that she's smarter than me because she has the internet. And I had to explain it to her that having the internet doesn't make you smarter. There's more resources so you can become smarter, more intellectual, and you have the resources at your hand so that you will be able to read and research and but no, she was like, no, 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 but I'm smarter because I have it. Oh, I hope she's learned by now, but probably not, knowing her father, because her father dropped out of college and stuff like that and wants to blame everyone else but himself. So I kind of doubt that. But okay, moving on, moving. Because we have a man who just started a war. We have a man who just started a war. And he even said, yeah, we may lose some lives and all this other stuff. And then also kind of remember what he was saying, like during the election versus Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, and everything like that. You remember? Because he was just saying, oh, she's just going to start wars, and oh, she's going to do this and that, and just all of this fluff. But then it's kind of like he was talking through her to us, like everything that he wanted to do, everything that he was planning to do, he just put her name in the place. It's like he knew he was tempted to do A, B, and C, but it's like he knew it would be bad. So if he had said the other party is going to do it or plan to do it, because a lot of the things that he said that Kamala's going to do, he's doing. I mean, this war is just like the the disgusting like topping, like I mean, whatever topping you don't like on a pizza, it's that. Oh, and if you don't like pineapple, it's that. Yeah, and a buttload of it. Okay, because like some are gonna say, but our gas prices are lower. How much are you spending on groceries now? And then it's like a lot of these men out here. Oh, I'm gonna have better chances at dating now. Yeah, but now, because now women are going to be forced to have to need a partner, and they're not going to love him. They're going to need him and only need him, but they want to avoid him and they don't want to be in the same room with him and they don't want to do certain things that the man only wants the relationship for. Huh. Huh. Yeah, I've been noticing that a lot lately with some of these red pill men. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy when they take the food stamps away and they take this away and stuff, because that means a woman's gonna have to stay with me. She's not gonna, like, they're gonna have to date me. They're gonna have, like, why would you want someone to have to? Don't you want to be wanted? Because right now, this president is not like, no, I impeachment, impeachment. And you guys don't even know how much I've been planning. Yeah, I am ready. It's like, you don't even understand impeachment with all of the other things that have been going on. And then this late, because especially the conservative women, conservative ladies, like some of you are just now seeing, because especially some conservative young women who are now getting pregnant, but they're having complications. But now the doctors don't want to treat you, or they're scared to treat you for what you voted for exactly what you voted for. Yeah. And like even with the hockey, I'm going to keep bringing that up because that right there demonstrated how much he does not like us. He likes to use us. Since he's rich, he thinks he can grab us by the kitty, and that's about the only use he thinks of us. And a lot of the people that follow him and like try to be on his side and vote for him, they don't think much of women. They think we're just vessels to make more people. They think we should just stay home, do as they say, stay submissive. There are some of these leaders who, oh, my wife has to ask me permission to read a book or to do this or do that. Oh, my husband said we're moving, so we're moving. It's not my choice. I don't make that, like, I don't have an opinion in this. I do as he says. I'm submissive. Oh, they want to take my right to vote away? Okay. Oh, the only reason I vote now is so I can like basically cancel out a liberal woman's vote because she's too emotional. Even though a lot of these men, like, they're their emotions are anger a lot of the times, and they end up hurting women. But then, like, now that you're taking away certain benefits away from women, if they need to escape, they're going to have a harder time, which means they're going to be stuck in a home that's not safe for them. But that, yeah, you don't care about safety. It's like you care about like emotions outside of anger and happy. It's like there's no in between, I guess. I guess. But yeah, it's like, so I like, I'm kind of triggered with like the conservative women right now, and I don't know. It's just, oh no, don't get me started like with the men, because I know some of them male hockey team right now, they're just like, oh well, we were put on the spot. We okay. It's like you guys are like the red pill, like alpha men and all this other stuff. Like, be the men that all these men say you're supposed to be. Stand up for women. It's like these women broke more records than you in this past Olympics, didn't they? They showed themselves. And you showed yourselves in that locker room when you didn't defend them. Okay? Because the war for equality, the war for like us being represented, and the war for men to actually stand up for us is really rare. Very few people are doing it. Very few. It's like a lot, like, so it's like, yeah, speaking of war, because I mean, yeah, we literally started a war right now, and a lot of the black women, we voted against this guy that is trying to start this war, and especially start a war that's not, again, following the directions of our democracy and everything like that. But a lot of you guys don't care about him trying to be a dictator or a king and things like that. Him forcing his name on all of these buildings, but you guys are not keeping up. You're not catching up to what he is doing. Then the ballroom tore down part of the White House without even like, what what's the, but like, part of me is just like, one day you wake up and you look at the news and you're like, oh, there's a hole in the White House, a historical building. Oh, he ruined a historical garden that used to, like, he didn't like, at least, because one thing that I think he could have, like, yes, this is off the war, but it's on the war, because it's like a lot of people have to realize this man's just going to do what he wants to do. He doesn't care about any of you guys. He cares about the rich and this rich staying richer, and the Epstein people, who he didn't even mention the victims in his speech. That's how selfish I believe he is. It's like he avoided that. Some of the women were in that room, but Pam Bondi and him and so many others. They're too scared. It's like they're not scared to start a war against people and like risk hurting people. It's like taking people's lives away. They don't care about that. They don't care if women were hurt like decades ago. It seems like they don't care because they don't even want to look them in the face. They don't even want to mention it in a speech. It's like a war of emotions. It's like, and right now it's like he's at a war with his bank account. He wants to win that war. He wants to add billions of dollars. I think he added 1 or 2 billions to his, accounts and stuff last year alone. Item after item after item, selling it to you guys, or I'm talking about the voters. I'm not saying you, because most of my listeners should be on the left. But yeah, anyway. But we have to just pay attention, like, oh, even the national parks, and even with Black History Month, it's like he is at a war of his ego, a war at trying to brag and show off to the world, but most of the world is laughing at him. They're laughing at him. It's like we're just showing the racism that is displayed in this country. That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to be known for. It's like having ICE act like they're at war with immigrants. They want to call them illegal, but it's like, but then looking at the history of this country and the history of so many other countries, like the colonization, the takeover, even the apartheid and things but then it's like a lot of the European countries say, oh, well, it's okay. Well, we were just trying to do better. We were just trying to, like, no, you were taking over land. You were taking over people. You're taking over property. Your ego was taken over. It was the war against your ego, a war against the power. You guys were craving and drooling over the power so much. You didn't care about humanity. When they say all lives matter, no, they mean all, especially like, well, the current, people in the White House. It's like rich, white, straight men lives matter and things, because they're helping them with their taxes, helping them get richer. The tariffs, yeah, it's like that was illegal too. Oh, and he can't stand, like, he lost that one. But now look at the SAVE Act. We have to be careful because now we're going to have a war with voting, because a lot of you women, especially all you conservative women, oh, if this passes, you have to make sure you know exactly where your papers are. You're going to know how it feels to be a black or a person of color, because you're going to need, yeah, these white Christian conservative married women are going to need to know exactly where their identifications are. Yeah, I hope you enjoy. It's like some of them, most of them probably already know exactly where it is, but the fact that you specifically have to do that, to, and to some it may not be such a big deal. And to some, they don't realize the basically the imbalance of it around in different states, because in some states you don't really need it as much. You don't need the identification, and it's like most people don't know where their papers are and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's like we're going to be at war with voting too, so we have to pay attention to, because we have to pay attention to Congress, and it's like, and we have, oh, this, yeah, the senators in Congress, we got to pay attention to them. And we have to know, can we trust them? Because, oh, some of these Democrats, because I was going to talk about this in another episode, but, and I don't have the names in front of me, but 4 or 5 Democrats, like a senator Democrats, approved the SAVED Act. Yeah, I shared it on Blue Sky. I'm gonna share it on here. It's like, yeah, but yeah, we're at a war for voting. We're at a war in this country, mentally and financially. A lot of people are going, like, health insurance, we're at a war with. It's like, yes, it's like right now, what is going on across the ocean is absolutely horrible, but we've been at war since they announced this president. We've been at war since the beginning of it, when he kept telling people that the last election was rigged. We're at a war because in Georgia, when they, oh, we're going to get all these ballots and we're going to do A, B, and C and all this other stuff or whatever. We're at a war because now people can buy a golden ticket to become a citizen. And he said he doesn't care who does it. You don't care who does it. And then also that Chris Lee reality art, she was on The View, like her parents got pardoned by the orange man. Yeah, but then it's like I kind of heard some rumors about, like, just ironically some financial situations coincidentally was going on at the same time. I'm gonna, if I can find the article, I might be wrong. So yeah, I might be wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna, I'll see what I can, but we have to pay attention to all the people he's been pardoning and letting go, and the people who he's been trying to pardon. But since they are state cases, he's not able to, like, get everybody that he wants out, or everyone who is willing to help him with his plans for a, well, what looks like, quote unquote, what looks like a dictatorship and things like that. So, women's lives are at stake. Black people. It's like, because remember when he said black jobs, and then the farmer position, like, okay, we have to pay attention. Him taking away the displays in Philadelphia, you have to pay attention. All of the black men that I've dated on dating apps, or not, I met, I didn't date, okay. Well, I tried to go out with 1 or 2 of them, but they were absolutely, you're not supposed to talk about politics. Girls, like, oh, I just want you to look pretty. Yeah, so many black men who, but yeah, black people, I think we need, like, they're trying to erase our history, and then they're trying to, like, restate things about slavery. There's like now they want to call us immigrants in some of the history books. Better pay attention. Oh, and they want to say that they taught the slaves a trade. They want to say they taught. No, you forced. And so, like some people, like now we literally see the war right in front of us, but we've been fighting a war throughout, like this entire time, even the first time he was in office, which is, this just kind of shows that our country is getting dumber because we voted him back in again. It's like he's the one that had the Muslim Islam ban and stuff like that. He's the one that called COVID kung flu. But you guys don't remember that. But then you guys don't. You guys want to say he's not racist. You guys want to say he's not racist. It's like with Africa, he only wants to bring over the white Africans. Oh yeah, how are they doing? How are they doing? Yeah, it's like I've heard a couple rumors about how they're doing, and it's not all that peachy, is it? Yeah. Anyways, okay. Getting back to all of the things that are going on right now. And then even the war with DEI and how there are different lawsuits going on, especially with Nike, because now our government is saying they don't hire enough white people. And then at breakfast, like it's supposed to be all of the governors, but then the black one wasn't invited. And then the farmers meeting. I'm going to keep bringing those two things up because people want to say, oh, our president isn't racist, but come on now. The two black farmers were not invited because they said, oh, that'll be DEI. But then only the white farmers were invited. Are you seeing a pattern? Are you seeing any signs of a dictator yet? Are you yet? We need to start waking up, paying attention. Okay, the same man who said he can grab women by the what? And then he had called a woman a piggy. Because this is what I'm saying. This is why it's like I'm very disappointed in conservative women who say that they only vote in order to cancel out liberal women's votes. Because it's like basically if you just want to go and stay home and cook dinner and like rub your man's feet, you do that. You do that. But some of us women, especially, we want to use our brains. We want, and you know what? It's like taking care of a family, it's like, I'm not saying it's brainless and everything like that, but like, okay, yeah, I'm using but, some of us, we want to be, we want to be more adventurous. We want to be outside and use our creativity in different aspects. We want to do things that's just not at home, that's just not going to cater to him because our lives are not just for a man. It's not that quote unquote fairy tale. We don't skip that fairy tale. But now look at the man who said he was going to like take care of us if we like it or not. He doesn't even want to take care of the Epstein files and case and everything like that. He doesn't even want all the files out. It's like you have to pay attention to someone who looks like a dictator, quacks like a dictator. Yeah. So, look, with everything that is going on right now, with all of the actions that we even saw the first year of this nightmare, it's like if you haven't been paying attention to everything and the billions of dollars that he's made, and he's even made like this whole, like his or his sons have quote unquote made this private club where you have to pay a very high amount to be a member, but then you get to talk and smooth with the government, like the government politicians and things like that. So billionaires are having private meetings with these people. So how do you think the votes are going to go? How do you think the votes are going to be fair? Speaking of fair, there was a Republican who was caught voting for other Republicans who were not there, cheating. Cheating. It is like even the way he was looking around the room, getting caught cheating. We are at a war for our democracy. And especially black women, We gotta pay, like, well, and the thing is, we've been paying attention. We are the most, like, educated demographic. We voted because we were voting for everybody. Some of you guys were only voting for yourselves, or being selfish, or having no empathy or compassion, or even thought about the what ifs. What if he's lying? Because he kept getting caught in a lie. Had the nerve to say people were eating cats and dogs, and then calling another group garbage, basically. But then they want to pinpoint the one time, like Biden. Like, you know what? Sometimes you get real annoyed, real pissed, real upset. So sometimes you say what you say. Sometimes. Oh, but then you want to reward the people who say the N word. That's not. That's not. And the orange guy has called women so many things. He has downgraded women so many ways. And especially the hockey team just highlighted the conclusion of it, Mike. Like, how much more proof do you need? How much? It's like all of the things that he did the first year. I mean, I didn't even look anything else before I started this. I'm doing like I normally do. I'm speaking freely from the top of my brain. So, because just, oh, and then even the Melania movie. I'm sorry, that was a word. Like, come on now. It's like so many of these millionaires and billionaires are doing anything to kiss his tushy. Ugh, ugh. Okay, sorry. I thought, like, Stormy Daniels, how did you do it? But it's just, he's getting all of these fake awards for things he has not accomplished, just to rub his ego so that they can gain power. Because this country is at war in so many ways. And now we are literally at war, risking people's lives for someone's ego and for someone's power flex. It's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And how are we going to fight back? It's like, one reason why I did this channel is to fight back. Did it get where I was going? No, but at the same time, at least I'm voicing it, at least I'm saying it, and at least I'm saying things that some people don't even know about. Some people don't even know some of the things that's going on within this country, or they don't know all of the sides of it. And some people might go and, just like the oldest daughter of my ex, she said, we're smarter because we have the internet. You have the internet. Look it up. If you have a question about anything that I've said, look it up. That Chrysalia young girl, it's like you might find out a different version of what I've said. Look it up. Like, yeah, I I speak from, like, the top of my brain. Like, I do whatever I remember, at least, but at least I admit when I'm like, yeah, it's been quite a few months since, like, it wasn't since they were first let out, but I remember someone who was doing a study, and they were researching it, and they saw something just suspicious with that. And so when I saw her on that show, and she was like, he's not racist, he's not this, he's not, like, every episode she was just defending it, like, for the, just, and but then just keep remembering, yes, he did let your parents out of prison. And then a lot of people want to say, like, they want to put down Clinton and Mrs. Clinton and everything like that, because they're like, oh, well, it's like no one's been closer to a criminal than blah, blah, blah. Well, how many of the orange guy's friends have been in prison and been arrested or charged and everything like that? How many of his friends have he had to pardon for this presidency or last presidency? And how many federal counts wasn't he found liable and guilty and things like that? Like, come on now. It's just mind blowing. It's mind blowing. We trusted this man. Well, okay, I didn't. Lord knows, black baby Jesus knows I didn't. But like a lot of you guys who voted for him did. I don't know how. I don't know why. I don't know how, and I don't know why. Because even black baby Jesus looking down like, how the crap did you get yourselves into this mess, guys? But anyways, thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman. I am of color, and I am handy capable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.